Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So the other day, just minding my own business, trying out some of the new abilities, trying to see how fast one of my friends' characters is attacking with this cleave action and all the other shit. And one of the other friends, Cybrix, wants to come in, and he zones in, and he waits about 10 seconds, nothing happens, and he waits another 10 seconds and his immunity drops. Then he waits another 6 or 7 seconds, and then his character dies. Now, this isn't something new. We've seen this in games many times. I've even shown you videos. I think it was the first week race I participated in, Path of Exile. Zoldyck went down in a similar fashion, where he loaded in, there was a load screen, zoned in, dead. Now, in video games, there's a lot of bullshit deaths. Shit just happens under the circumstances that are not the player's fault. So some of these are essentially the responsibility of the players, but others are not so much. This particular kind of case where you zone it and take forever, kind of a combination of the two. Because if you reload your client, your load times are much faster than they are after you've had the Path of Exile client open for a while. But at the other side of things, you know, it's kind of the flaw within the game that leads to this happening. And as a result, the guys over at Path of Exile, they fixed this shit like the next day after this happened on my stream. But, you know, not to be mistaken with, like, oh man, these guys are fucking amazing, fixing shit the next day. Well, you know, people have died this way many, many times, but at least they're acknowledging it as a problem, and, you know, they're kind of seeing it how it is. In the past, when playing other games, at least, you know, I haven't died to a DC or a load screen in Path of Exile yet. I kind of know what to expect, and I kind of know what to look out for. But in other games, I've been the victim of this quite a few times. I have died to disconnects in Diablo 3, and I have died to people DDoSing me in Diablo 3. In Path of Exile, if you disconnect, your character is only there for a couple of seconds. In Diablo 3, it's there for way too long. And while I don't play Diablo 3, I do check out the forums every now and then. I check out the Reddits just to kind of keep in touch, because if anything, Diablo 3 has been a game that's been a very good learning experience, positively and negatively, in the sense that, you know, you can kind of understand how things work and how they should work and how they should not work. And lately I've seen that in Diablo 3, a lot of the stuff that's been changing has been along fixing stupid crap. One of the biggest things that pissed me off about Diablo 3 when I was playing my Barbarian was that I couldn't see more than 5 buffs on my character. I thought this was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in a video game. At least one made by Blizzard. I mean, I've played some shitty games, I suppose. But hey, you know, I'm playing a class that I have 5 of my own buffs, so if I play with anyone else or I get a shrine, I can't see the timer for my own buffs, which are very relevant to how I play my character. So recently they increased it to like 8 or some shit, which is still kind of fucking hilarious, but at least they kind of understand and recognize the problem over there at the Blizzard headquarters, I suppose. On the other sense, also recently, right after our fellow Cybrix and the passing out in Feldshrine, I see this little gem on Reddit on how the Blizzard servers crashed and a bunch of hardcore characters died. Isn't that amazing? So when I play most video games, at least when I play the RPGs, I like to play the hardcore mode if it's available. In Diablo 2, I definitely went that route. After the first couple of years playing the game, I just got kind of bored, and hardcore really introduced me to this new sense of playing the game. And since then, you know, Diablo 3, Path of Exile, and a couple of other games that I kind of maybe remember, I've played this mode, and I've always run across this stupid shit. And the problem is that with these kinds of games, the stupid shit is really the kind of stuff that prevents people from playing these modes. Understandably, when people first pick up the game, people first play Path of Exile or Diablo 3, they're not going to play hardcore, but once they understand the game, people are going to, you know, think about playing it, they're going to consider it, but they're going to weigh the options of, you know, how can I die in this game? How have I died in this game? Have I died to monsters? Have I died to disconnects? Have I died to stupid shit? You know, that's the kind of stuff that people really take notice when they die. And that's the kind of stuff that really needs to be eliminated from video games. And I feel It's really the difference in a lot of the recent games. When you compare Path of Exile with Diablo, the way I want to play the game, it's much more encouraging to play Path of Exile. When I'm playing Diablo, you know, if my internet connection is not so good for a while, I just won't play the game. If if I feel the servers are not stable, I'll just browse the auction house or some shit. You know, it's kind of a big problem that your character can die without you controlling it, and that being such a dominant issue to character survivability in the game. In Path of Exile, it's not so bad, and they're trying to fix it, and obviously they're trying to take a positive route, and I just wish that in Diablo 3 these things would move forward, because as I read the forums, as I read what people are actually doing in Diablo 3, many people are still not trying the hardcore mode, even though it's, I think without doubt the best way to play the game. They're not doing it because they're gonna get fed up. Some of them even played it before, but they died to a disconnect, or they died to some stupid shit like that. They just don't want to put up with it anymore. And it's really a restrictive side of the game that can be improved and really should be improved, so other games can take notice and maybe change their game in the same fashion. If some other game company wants to come up with another version of Diablo 3, I don't know what it's called, I don't know anything, but hey, I'm going to want to play the hardcore mode of it. And I want that game to take the teachings from Diablo 3 and pick the right things about the game and use those to develop theirs rather than the wrong ones. I don't want to play another game where my character is stuck in the game for 10 seconds if I disconnect, or if there's a game crash, or if they disconnect me, or if their servers go down. I don't want to deal with that bullshit. So hopefully you guys can when you see this stuff come up in other video games, when you see this stuff come up, maybe if you're playing Diablo 3, let them know what you think, because I think it's a very important part of the game that really needs to be changed into a new light, so people like me, people like you, can enjoy the hardcore version of it. Hope you guys agree. Hope you guys understand, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.